There we go. There we go. I muted myself, guys. I muted myself. Can y'all hear me now? Can everybody hear me? Let me bring my guy, the analyst in the building.
What's
Can you hear
going
me?
on, y'all? Yep. I can hear you.
Hold up, man. I think I might have to switch mics, man. Until I get a let me put my other mic in. Let me put in my other mic. Cause I need to get a headset. I need to get an auxiliary cord for that new mic I got. So I can hear. I can't hear nothing. So let's switch mics. Give me 1 second, guys.
Okay.
Good. Unmuted. Good. Hold up. Okay. Damn, my bad. Hold up. Okay, now we cooking with Crisco. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear y'all too. What's good, analyst?
What's good? What's good?
We missed you yesterday, player, but we back.
Yeah, I
We
was
back.
I missed being on the show, but it was definitely a very good win yesterday.
Awesome win.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome win.
Feels good to get this one too.
You know what? Let me repeat what I was saying when my mic was muted. Like Drummer Boy said, do you know what I love to see? I love to see when we go in and we handle our business. We didn't play around with these guys. We didn't bullshit around with these dudes. We went in there, we kicked them in the mouth, and we put our foot on their throat, and we kept them down there the whole second half, and part of this in the late second quarter. We built the lead. They never, once we hit them double digits, they never really threatened again.
Nope.
And you gotta love it. You gotta love it. That's exactly what we should have did with the Mavericks. That's exactly what we should have did with the Spurs. You know, sometimes I think this team is just one of them teams that, you know, somebody got to put pressure on them for them to go out there and perform. You know, hopefully Coach Nate in the background is challenging the team to do better on both ends of the court. You feel me? But
yeah,
woo! So glad we didn't make a mess of this game. Talk to me, analyst.
yeah. I was thinking to myself. I was like, well, I said it was good. We got one last night. I said, well, I don't want to see us blow this one. I kind of figured we wouldn't lose to Orlando because I mean they are the Atlanta Magic. They only won 13 games this season, but as weird as it sounds against Orlando, this win felt really good. It felt good because like you're going into the All-Star break, you're able to get a win, build some momentum, and uh, we got to get our rest. And man, we have a tough 5-6 games coming up after the break. But this game, I really thought that everyone played well. I and you know how much I don't like DeLon. I even thought he played well.
Yeah.
I thought everyone played well. I could see that Lou was trying to kind of get back into the rhythm of things because he had a couple turnovers and stuff like that. And then hey, we had a big enough lead to put in the rookies with 5 minutes to go in the game. So definitely doing well there. But I was just really happy to see us come out and get a win. And like what Drummer Boy said, our third string on the court, that's what we wanted right there. That's exactly what he said. So that's what you want to see. That means that you're in a good position, and we got the win. So
That's bro. We can't. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say this again. Hold up. I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. I'm gonna say this again. We went in there and we didn't play around with these dudes. Do you know that is a major step because usually we play down to our opponent. And just like we beat them by what, 20, 21, 22?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it should have been. Like, we should be going into games against teams like the Magic, Oklahoma City, and beating them easily by double
Mm-hmm.
digits. Because good teams, they win those games. They don't bullshit around with easy victories. Now, don't get me wrong, it's no easy wins in the NBA at any professional level of sports, but you get what I'm saying. I got to look at these stats. I got to look at these stats because we was killing early.
We were heading from three. We were
Killing early.
smoking from three. It's like we couldn't miss.
Okay. Real quick, Mike Conti, he tweeted, he said, if Charlotte loses to Miami tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
okay, the Hawks will enter the All-Star break tied for the 9th spot in the East.
Yep.
It's big time. Who we got right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Seth said he want to, how do I join? I love to get on and speak with you. Come on, Seth. Come on. This channel is for the fans, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is for the fans, my guy. I'm going to post the link, and all you got to do, send the link. Just follow the link, my guy. Boom. There it go. There you go. Anybody else want to come on? Just click the link. Come on up here. Give your opinions on whatever you got going on, man. It's a wonderful day to be a Hawks fan. Going into the All-Star break on a 2-game streak.
Yes.
You know, I'll tell you one thing, family. I'll tell you one thing. This first half of the season has really humbled me as a fan. And I hope it humbled our players as well. And I think the most important lesson, guys, that we've learned in the first half of the season is don't count your eggs before they hatch. Okay? Nothing is guaranteed in professional sports at all. And I think that the boys, they bought into their own hype. And that's why we came out starting the season and playing like straight boo-boo. But I'm so excited. And we doing this without John Collins.
Mm-hmm. That's big.
I expected us to beat the Mavs without Collins. I didn't think we was going to beat the Cavs without Collins. Because the Cavs, you got to, I'm one of the fans. I give credit where it's due. Okay? The Cavs are, they're an amazing team. Okay.
Yeah, they play well.
In a whole bunch of key defensive areas, they rank in the top 10, some in the top 5. So for us to beat them missing, arguably our second best player as far as talent, it says something. It said that the boys came out, and when they want to, they can fight when they want to. You know what I'm saying? Came out and they stayed resilient in that Cavs game. Even when the Cavs came back and took the lead, we stayed resilient. We didn't fold. You feel me? So, hey, and then you roll over to this game. This could easily been a trap game. Easily. Considering it's a second of a back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
Easily could have been a trap game. But led by our star player. Y'all know who he is. 11 right here. Led by our star player. He came out. And it looked like Trae Young said, Coach, I'm trying to sit the fourth quarter. And guess what, Trae? You can sit the fourth quarter when you come out and you lead the team and we handle our business. Talk to me, analysts.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we did because, hey, I mean, I was definitely thinking that right around that the late fourth quarter, we were going to end up seeing the rookies. But, again, like you said, this could very well easily been a trap game for us. Orlando, I don't think they're trying to win anyways, but they can come out and they can hit some threes. I watched them every time we played against them. They hit a lot of threes, and look, the right amount of threes or the right amount of turnovers from us, it could very well have been an ugly night. But we came out, and we just played. I could tell that Orlando was trying to make us run, being that we just come off a back to back. They were pushing it in transition, but we slowed them down and had them play on our pace. And I think that's the main thing that we have to continue to carry over for multiple games. I mean, from the games that we're gonna have upcoming, we gotta make the team play on our pace. If we can have them play on our pace, and we have the other team, kind of playing on our tempo, we're gonna win all those games as long as we can make the right plays at the right time. So I'm glad that we got this game because again, all these back to backs are setups for any team, especially is what people would consider a pushover game, like Orlando, Oklahoma City, Houston, San Antonio. Those games are considered pushover games, and you can easily lose those games if you don't come out with a sense of urgency. Tonight we did that, and I was very pleased to see it. And now we're going into All-Star break with a 2-game win streak, and I believe that we can extend it far better.
I mean, really nothing else to add to that. Really nothing else to add. It just feels real good that the team came out and handled business. We didn't sit here and have to wait till the last minute, the fourth quarter, to put them away. We put them boys away early. Hell, now that I think of it, once we went up 20 in the second half, I don't think they ever cut it.
No.
Under 20.
Not under 20 now.
Yeah, they never cut it under 20. So, hey, whoo! It just feels so good. I mean,
hey, I gotta say, at the end, I think it was at the end of the third or in the fourth. Did you see Bogey playing the best defense of his life? I forget who he was on. He was doing everything he could to force that ball out of I think it was Suggs. Out of Suggs' hands. I said Bogey is finally playing some defense, but I was shocked. I saw Bogey. I saw he was getting at him. I was like, that's what we need you to play every night.
Every night, man. Every night. I don't care how much we winning by. I don't care how much we winning by, man. Okay.
I'm not one of those people who's like make the score respectable or look, run it up, run it up.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm not about.
I'm with you. I'm not about BSing around, because I think when you BS around, it can follow you from game to game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's bring on KJ, man. We got another Hawk. We got a new voice coming up here, family. Let's see what KJ talking about. What's good, KJ? Talk to us, homie.
What's up, man? What's up? I'm watching y'all on the TV
Salute,
right
bro.
now. It's a little laggy. My fault.
What's up?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, you got some light. We can't see you, bro.
Oh, hold on. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay, what's up, man? I love your streams, man. And like every day at the end of my days, when y'all play, when the Hawks play, I watch you, man. I'll be like, man, you be killing me like when you rage and stuff like that and all that. Man, I love it, man. And you're a passionate fan. Like I really like salute you. And like I have a couple questions. Do you feel like that the sports media has it out for Atlanta?
Oh man, they've been on Atlanta ass forever, dog. Let me tell you something, man. Where you from, KJ?
From Atlanta, man.
Analyst, where you from?
Atlanta.
Y'all know where I'm from?
Here?
Nope.
Texas. South Carolina?
Virginia.
I knew it was somewhere around there. Yeah.
I'm from Virginia, right? So when I say this as an outsider, right? As an outsider. So I get to see it from a different perspective than people that's from Atlanta or from Georgia, right?
Right.
Ever since I've been rooting for the Hawks, probably since 2000, when we went into a deep, dark period of Atlanta Hawks basketball.
Yeah, you talk about that a lot. Yeah,
we was the worst fucking damn basketball team of all fucking time. We won 13 games. Ever since then, what you'll notice is people who are not Hawks fans, people always like to look at our franchise as like a joke, right?
Yeah.
Because when you take away Dominique Wilkins, we really don't have
Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson. That was my favorite player. I used to be like he was better than Kobe, but I was just a Hawks.
Yeah, but
I was young.
Outside of the diehard Hawks fan, no one considers Joe Johnson a superstar.
That's true.
So since Dominique got traded, we've never had a superstar on the Atlanta Hawks.
That's true.
Right?
We got one now, though.
We got one now.
Yes, sir.
So what happens is, besides losing a lot of games, you miss out on the what's the word I'm looking for? You miss out on like the TV exposure that a LeBron James gives you.
Right? Yeah.
Because no one checks for the Cleveland Cavaliers before LeBron James got there, unless you're just a diehard basketball fan,
right?
You don't check for the Cavs, right?
Right.
Before David Robinson got to the Spurs, people didn't really check for the Spurs.
Exactly.
So since we was missing a superstar and we went through so many years of being a losing franchise, outside media looks at the Atlanta Hawks as like a joke. That's why if you look, like even if you get on Bleacher Report, when they do like trades, you ever notice we never win the trades ever?
That's true, yeah.
Ever.
It makes me so mad.
Yeah, it's always we give up our best dudes to get another team's trash.
Right.
Yeah. It's never, hey, if the Hawks do this.
Man, look, you know what you talking about. My homeboys over here, he's like, man, he's spitting fat. This is my homeboy's account I'm using. But yeah, and I have another question for you, big bro.
What's up, man?
What do you think, and for you two Atlanta analysts, this is both of y'all. I be watching you too, Atlanta analysts. Don't get it twisted now. I'm a fan too, man. I salute all my Atlanta fans.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. But what do you feel? Do y'all feel as if John Collins was able to like dribble? Will we be more of a threat? Because he can shoot, he can finish at the rim, but and like when he back down people like to get a seal in the post, like trying to get the ball, it's like he can't. It'll be like Muggsy Bogues guarding him. He can't post him up. Do y'all peep?
Watch this. This is about John Collins, right? This is why I love John Collins.
Okay.
Ever since we drafted Collins, he's always added something to his game. So when we drafted him, he didn't shoot threes. He didn't even shoot twos. He was more of a trying to get in the paint.
Yeah, Blake Griffin type.
Exactly. So what you'll see is over the years, and you can go look at his stats, you'll see his shot percentage is always efficient. He's always shooting above 50% from the field. But what you're going to notice is his 3-point percentage going up, because I'm assuming the coaches told him, we need you to be able to be a stretch 4 in order to open the lane for a trade to attack.
Right.
Now you see he's one of our best 3-point shooters. If you look at the stats, the numbers tell you John Collins shoots 39% from 3.
Dang, that's really good.
That's better.
That's
if I remember correctly, that's better than Trey. He shoot better from 3.
What?
Than Trey. But what you got to remember, Trey shoots more threes though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So usually the more you shoot, you probably, unless you just a Steph Curry type shooter, you're not gonna be super elite because you're gonna, you got more chances to miss. Mm-hmm. But John Collins, once he's able, and I'm gonna tell you who told me this, my boy Mike. He said, and this had to be like a year. This was a year ago. He said, John Collins this offseason needs to learn how to dribble.
Yeah.
Because what you'll see is when Collins get the ball at the 3-point line,
he looks lost.
There you go.
He looks lost.
There you go. But see, you also got to remember this.
Like,
you also got to remember this.
what's up?
Most players, they're only going to work on what the coach tells them to, because it usually goes, they'll be like this. Okay, KJ, this is what I need from you to help the team. This offseason, I need you to add a 3-point shot to your game this offseason. So that's what you're going to do. Work on your 3. Woo, 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 woo. So I'm assuming somebody's going to tell him, work on your ball handling, because that's the same thing for, you could say the same thing for DeAndre Hunter. You know, he can't really dribble the ball. If you watch him when he get it, when he try to attack, he either falling down, losing the ball, stumbling with the ball. He doesn't take it and attack efficiently. Talk to me, analyst. What you got on that?
Yeah, I think that ball handling is so important. Like, if John Collins could dribble, if John had really nice handles, John would be he would be one of those players where it's just like he can pretty much do everything, and that will be Trey's true second option. Whereas we talk and we realize that Trey really doesn't have a second option. Well, John would be that second option. Whereas if John, if John could take the ball and he could drive and he could drive to the basket, create his own, that's what hurt us last year in the playoffs against the Bucks. When John would go down to the paint and we had a mismatch on him and Drew Holiday, he'd get stripped every time. So, I think that John, to piggyback off of what Imai said, he improves every year. And that's important. John adds something to his game every year, and it's helped his game tremendously. And look, people jump on John, but he's only 24 years old.
Yeah.
So he's still trying to improve and develop. And I really like what I'm seeing so far from him. I still think he has a lot of potential, and I still think he can add to his game.
Right. And I got one more question. I remember you were talking about this, Emma. You made a video about this, and I think this guy named Trey got on, right? And he was like, he said something like, we're doing what we expect to do, like with our record. And you was like, nah, not this. Do you think that what happened last year, right, was, premature? Or do you think that we're ready? Or do you think it was premature and we're ready? Oh, no. Do you think it's premature, right? Or do you think that Trae Young has some more growth to do, the whole squad? Or do you feel as if what was last year was last year and we can do it again and again and again? Because I don't really, the threats is like what? I'd say Brooklyn and the Bucks. That's who I'm scared of. And the Heat too, because they're gritty. And I know the Hawks, we're like a pretty team, We don't really get down and dirty like that. Like Emma said, we need more big men. It's a lot, I watch you, bro. I watch you, so.
What you how about this? You tell me. Do you think KJ our run to the Eastern Conference Finals was a fluke?
No, honestly, I don't. Look, I don't. And I have a friend, he's a Heat fan, right? He be giving me slack all the time. But what Trae Young did and how he did it, that's no fluke. You don't go into Madison Square Garden, shush the crowd, do it. You don't do that, okay? I'll give him that. Plus the Knicks, they're the Knicks. They suck, but the media loves them. So it was media driven. But the Philly, and I say like you said, I remember you said this. You said it took them to blow like 2 leagues.
Two 20-point leads.
Yeah. So it's like, but at the end of the day, that's defense though. They're missing shots, but we're playing defense. But we beat them. But I feel like the sports guys were just against us in that Bucks series when Trae, everywhere on the court, step on the left foot. And I feel as if it was us healthy, Giannis healthy, we would have won. Because we play Onyeka, he's the Giannis stopper. Like, he was.
But you see, when we played, this what you got. This how you know if your team is good, right? So Giannis goes down in that Bucks series, right? We beat the Bucks with Giannis, okay? But what the problem was when Giannis went down, Brook Lopez stepped up.
Yeah.
So it shows you, well, I'll say it like this. if you didn't really follow Brook Lopez is not a scrub.
Yeah, he flamed us when he was on the Brooklyn.
He
I
is
remember he hit like 13 threes on us one day. Like
he is he's the Nets all-time leading scorer. Right?
Oh, dang, I didn't know.
He was drafted by the Nets. He used to put in work. Right? But he sacrificed so he could run with the Bucks to get a title. Mm-hmm. So if you follow basketball, then you know that Brook Lopez going for 33 and 16 with Giannis out. You're not surprised he did that.
Yeah.
Right. But also,
he's a stud.
What you got to understand is that to win a championship, and you can see this prime example, the Super Bowl. You still, I don't care how good your team is, you still need shit to go your way.
Yeah.
So stuff like, them blowing 2 20-point leads. Mm-hmm. They probably ain't did that all season.
Mm-hmm.
To blow 2 20-point leads within 7 days. Right. They probably ain't done that all year. Kevin Huerter. No, just Ben Simmons to turn away that dunk. Right. That probably would never happen again. So you still need stuff to go your way. Me personally, I think that if I was betting money, I wouldn't bet for us to win a championship this year.
Mm-hmm.
I still think we are still, a year or two away, because a year or two away, what does that do? That gives Trey more time under his belt, more time to become a better leader, better student of the game. Same thing for Collins. He can add to his game. Hunter, Huerter. Because remember, whenever you get frustrated about us losing or being 8th, 9th, 10th seed, whatever, just remember, when you look at Jordan, Curry, Giannis, it took those dudes about 6 years just to get to the finals.
D-Wade 3. So that's what I'm saying. Like
D-Wade 3, right? Dirk Nowitzki with the Nets.
Yeah.
With the Mavs.
Mavs
took him to the finals early in his career.
Yeah.
And then had to wait forever to get back and finally won a championship.
Yeah.
So only a select few people come out the gate, year 3, you in the finals, that's GOAT conversation players like LeBron. But even the GOAT himself, Jordan, he didn't even get to the finals till he was 30 years old. That's when you want to put stuff in perspective. Look at who's stars today. Giannis. He didn't get to the finals. What's this year? What for Giannis? 6, 7.
Yeah.
Who else? Kobe.
He had Shaq though when he came in.
And guess what? He still had to come out. He didn't even play barely his first year.
Yeah, he was a scrub.
You know what I'm saying? So you just got to give the players time, and it's the situation. What I will say this though, we're just maybe a year or two. Our core players going to get better, but also we can start adding veterans to the team, like your PJ Tuckers, your what's the boy that was killing us for the Bucks? The ugly dude,
Bobby Portis.
Hey, as soon as I said ugly, look at KJ, already knew what I was talking about.
His eyes like he finna bug out his head.
You get those guys like a Bobby Portis, because at the end of the day, those guys, they're ring chasing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I like the Morris brothers.
Yeah, they're gonna go to teams that's gonna give them a chance to win. Man. What you think about that, analyst? Well, I think I asked analysts that before though. I think I asked you that before. Did you think our run to the conference final was luck, or what do you think it was?
Well, I'll say this. I definitely I don't think it was luck, because I felt like the teams, look, although New York was not playoff ready, I still feel like they were a good challenge for us, because we hadn't beaten them all season in the regular season. So we beat them. We faced a legit opponent in Philadelphia. And then in the Bucks series, I really didn't feel like we played the way that we did in Game 1 throughout the rest of the series. You know, in Game 1, we approached them the way they should have been approached, and then after that, we just kind of took a step down and just kind of messed around with the way the game is really supposed to be played. But no, I don't think it was a fluke. I feel like we got there, and we got there based off of playing hard and playing playoff basketball. And I think that we can do that again this year. And look, I mean, obviously, I don't feel like this roster is currently constructed for a championship, but I do think, look, if you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. So, I personally think that we can make it back to the Eastern Conference Finals, but we gotta. But ultimately, my answer is no. I don't think it was a fluke.
Well, we got the hard part done. The hard part is finding a superstar. So we got that part done. Now it's just about adding pieces and whatnot. But since we got KJ up here, we're gonna go ahead and knock this out early. We're gonna knock out some player ratings early with KJ up here. All right, guys, let's go ahead.
Everybody at 10 now, just fine.
We're gonna go ahead and do these player ratings, family. Y'all know how we do it. We rate the players 1 through 10. We just talking about this game tonight against the Magic, where we won 130 to 109. Y'all know the routine: 1 through 10, 5 being average. Anything below 5, they suck this evening. Anything, 5 and up, they was doing a thing. So let's start off with we got DeAndre Hunter. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds. He was 5 for 11 from the field. What do y'all think about DeAndre Hunter's performance tonight? What you think about DeAndre Hunter tonight, KJ?
I like Dre, man. I call him Dr. Dre. But,
okay.
I give him like an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
All righty.
Solid.
Drummer Boy give him an 8. Okay, what you talking about, analyst?
I give him a 7.
Oh, here we go.
Here
we go.
Yeah, I give him a 7. I felt like I felt like he should. I felt like he could have shot better from the field.
Oh man, look at that right there. JR give him a 6. God dang, JR.
Hey, JR is tough.
JR.
Y'all don't like Dre, chat?
Look.
JR savage with it.
I'm pretty hard on Dre because I mean, I like Dre, but some of the stuff that he does, it really just messes with me. Like the turnovers and like he looked high out there half the time. But Dre did well tonight. But I'll still give him a 7. 7 is still good, just not great.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I can't believe JR gave him a 6. That's crazy. He had one of his better. This was one of his. Well, it ain't one of his top shooting nights, but it's coming along. 5 for 11. What's that? That's like 40-some% off the top of my head.
Yes.
Okay. All right, next we got Gallinari, who had to start tonight in the place of John Collins. Started tonight, 26 minutes. He gave you 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He was 3 for 7 from the field. He was 2 for 4 from 3. What are we giving Gallo tonight, KJ?
I love I love Gallo. Like,
I love him.
We trade him, I'm gonna be very upset.
Well, I mean, hey,
I give him like for what he done last game. Like, he showed out last game. I gotta give him his flowers, so I give him an 8 too.
8?
I like Gallo.
What you going with, analyst?
I'm gonna give Gallo a 8 as well. I just think that he steps up, and when you find him and he's in a rhythm, oh my God, no one's stopping him. It's like
I think I'm gonna have to roll with my. I'm gonna have to roll with my boy Drummer Boy, man. 7 for me, man. 7. Because I agree with JR. JR said Gallo, he be looking slow.
I think he was talking about Dre. But one thing I love about Gallo.
Go ahead.
Is he gets to the line. And I want the rest of our guys to do that. When Gallo sees that he can't get a shot off, a reasonable shot off, he'll try to draw a foul and he'll get to the line and he knocks his free throws down. So that's what I love about Gallinari is that he just gets to the line. But that just comes to being a vet. He's smart.
Yeah, Gallo like a 90-some% free throw shooter. So, he just about automatic from the line.
Third best in the league.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He was talking about Dre. He said he looks slow. I'll tell you like this, man. Like, when you watching the game or any athletic event, when you watching them, it looks slow. But if you out there playing, you going fast. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like running. Like I do a whole bunch of running, and when I post running videos, people be like, "You look like you're going slow," when I'm really running like 540 mile. So from a distance, it looked like you slow. It looked like you like this. When people see me, they be like, "You look like this, like you jogging." I'll be like, "Hell no, I ain't jogging. I'm working."
Running can be hard too. I mean, if you run the right distance,
yeah, you're right, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm training for. I'm in the marathon training right now.
I bike a lot. I try to bike.
We got Kevin Herter.
Oh,
he said. Oh, wait. You talk. Hold up. What JR say? Hold up. You talk about his mentally. He's slow, man.
Yeah. Hey. I can't disagree with JR there. See, that's why I like
Hold
JR.
Up, guys. Hey,
hey,
guys, we got a special guest, bro. Bro, we got a special guest.
Hi out there.
My boy Lou Starsky. He is the founder of our podcast, New Pack Rap. So if you're in New Pack City, you already know what time it is. My guy, I call him AKA the Collins Hater. We gotta bring him on. He's gonna hate on Collins. I'm gonna tell you right now. So just be prepared. My guy, Lou in the building. What's good, my guy?
What's going on, Devon? I can't believe you said I hate JC. You know I don't feel that way.
You trying to trade him today on the podcast.
I try to trade him every day.
Hey,
so are you a Collins hater and a Clint lover?
No, actually,
you don't like none of our front court.
Yeah, exactly. if I could trade one of them, I would trade Clint first and keep JC. And my only concern with JC is not his play. I think he's good. I love his heart. I love who he is. I just don't think he's our number two. And if we can get a number two production from DeAndre Hunter, I think the problems with JC go away.
Yeah,
we shall see. But we're gonna get back to that
microphone.
We're gonna knock out these player ratings real quick.
Appreciate
All right, hey guys, Clint Capella, 23 minutes, 8 points. 9 rebounds, 1 assist. He only played 23 minutes, guys. So, what do y'all rate him, KJ?
Clint for me. I'm kind of on the same boat with y'all about Clint. He should be dunking everything, but he doesn't. He has no post moves,
and tips every rebound he's supposed to grab.
He's kind of lazy too, but
very lazy.
I'll give him like 5.
A 5? Okay, Drummer Boy give him a 6. What you got, analyst?
I give him a 5.
Okay, my boy Lou. What you got on that, Lou? We rating 1 through 10.
1 through 10.
Yeah. 5 being he just did his job, average shit. Anything below 5, they was fucking up. You know the routine.
I didn't notice him today, so I would give him a 6.
Okay, that's looking like oh man, look at this. Look at this. He said Clint is a 4.
I can't disagree.
I think right now with the emergence of Double O, one of those guys got to go because Double O's got to play. He impacts the game just in a different way than either of those two guys can do.
Yeah, right there, Lou.
I just don't know. I just don't know if it's Clint that he takes over, plays with JC, or if it's JC and we also get a better center.
Hey, I've been proposing Clint Bogey and some first round picks. See if we can snag AD from the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly. See, something like that. We got to think big. That's what I was upset about it last year in the offseason is that we could have packaged some of this stuff up and went after something.
Yeah,
we knew what we had in Trae Young. Like I just think, we should have just said, "All right, let's go get it."
But you know what, Lou? Speaking on that, and then we're gonna get back to these player ratings.
Sorry about that.
I said that like Trae Young's second year, bro. I said it. I'm gonna see if I can go back in New Pat City and find it. I said I didn't believe Travis had that much faith in Trae Young after the first year, like Mark Cuban had in Luka. Because if you look, you saw year 2, that's when the Mavs when they make that deal for Porzingis.
Yeah, Kristaps.
Meanwhile, we did nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
this is my wonder about Travis is he was really good at accumulating assets, but he's never really had to do anything with assets, and so I wonder if he's able to identify the right type of vet, or if he's scared to pull the trigger or anything like that.
I just want to say the thing with Travis is, look, we have I know we were getting phone calls at the trade deadline for our 3 first-round picks this year, but one of the things that I've consistently said everywhere, look, Travis is not gonna get us completely ripped off on a deal.
Right.
When we make a trade, that's because we are definitely improving at whatever position we're improving at, but we're definitely getting something back that's gonna try to help him improve us. Like last year with getting seconds in seconds in Lou for Rondo. Like that was a clear win for us. You just look at the history of our trades. Now, obviously, it's going to be kind of harder for us to trade for a star, and we're definitely not getting a star in free agency because who wants to come to Atlanta? But I just think that look, we have the assets to go out and get something this summer. Whether the right deal comes about is going to be the moving needle for us.
Do you think with the fact that the rookies don't get as much playing time on our team anymore, do you think that's going to, is that going to push you to, make a move more readily than before?
Yeah, I think that, like, if you look at the potential, in my opinion, that Jalen Johnson has, I think that he could possibly be a piece that could be moved because we are not I don't feel like, and I know the front office don't feel like it, we're not in a developing mode. So our young pieces are definitely going to be key assets in a deal to turn us into a contending team to compete with teams like Brooklyn and Philly and Miami, Milwaukee, and teams like that, to truly compete with them at a high level. So our young assets and our draft picks, we don't need. I mean, I love our young assets, but we're gonna have to make a business decision here soon because we can't sign everyone.
Yeah, but we also don't want to end up like Brooklyn or the Lakers where they put
right.
Money
be stupid and mortgage your future, but that's one of the reasons I'm gonna say this one last thing, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think Travis has been open to doing things like that, because he's not going to trade 6 guys to go get some 35-year-old guy.
James Harden.
Yeah. Travis is not going to go do that. I mean, if he can, Travis is going to be he's one of those guys where it's like, no, you're on my terms. I'm not on your terms. Even if you have the star, you're gonna abide by my asking price. And if we can't make that happen, you're missing out. And that's just the way it is with him.
What do you think those Dan Morley Travis Schlenk conversations were like?
Travis Schlenk was
kind of quick and to the point, or long and flowy.
Morey probably was like, okay, either you give me Trae Young or I want the rest of your team. And Travis was like, nope, I'm willing to give you this, this, and this. If you're not willing to take it, then we can go ahead and stop talking around.
I thought we actually had something until I heard him. Morley did the Tobias Harris thing, and that killed it. But I thought we had something going.
He wanted contract.
That's because he didn't want to. He only wanted a superstar, right? So this is my thought process. I thought he was like, you know what? If I can't get a superstar, a Bradley Beal, a Dame Lillard, or like they just got a Harden, then any other team, I need all of it. What the young boys say when they robbing you now? I need all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's
run the jewels.
Yeah. And he was trying to, and you see with us and the Kings, he was trying to dump Tobias Harris on everybody. You see, he didn't try to dump Harris on the Nets.
Yeah.
So Marks wasn't having that.
Matter of fact, he's the one that had to come up off of Curry, like, because when when the Nets came back to him, they all of a sudden Curry's in there, and he's like, God damn it!
Yeah. Did you see Curry last night, bro?
Yeah.
Bro,
to me,
dude, and Cam Thomas, we talked about him. This draft was thick, but Cam Thomas is looking like a veteran scorer right now for Brooklyn.
Bro,
by the way, the Knicks just blew a 28-point lead.
it's gonna be a problem. But let me get back to these player ratings.
All right, yeah, my bad.
Okay, we got next guys. We got Bogey Bogdanovic, baby, 26 minutes, 23 points. Dude played outstanding. 1 rebound, 6 assists, 9 for 13 from the field.
That's
an efficient 23 points.
He's been playing good.
4 for 6 from 3. Amazing. JR give him a 9. Drummer Boy give him a 10. What you got, analyst? Hold up. Let me start with our guess. What you give him, Lou?
Ooh, those were swaggy shots too. I would give him at least an 8, like an 8 or a 9. Like I'm gonna go with an 8 for sure.
What you got, KJ? We can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him a 10. He showed out.
What you got, analyst?
10. We got the win, and he was a big part of it.
That I gotta give him a 10, man. Dude was on fire, bro.
Yeah,
he was on fire, man. I'm telling you, man.
And he showed that he's just not a catch and shoot shooter. He can get to the basket too.
He's now getting to the basket again. That's the part that's different.
He's helping
them because guess who not in the game when he does all that stuff, guys?
Cameron,
Trae Young, not in the game. So that allows.
So you think the bench player, Emma?
Huh?
I said you think he better off the bench, Emma?
Not necessarily off the bench, but when you got a superstar player like Trae Young, we were discussing this today on the new Pat Rap podcast. You defer to the better player, so you lose some of your aggressiveness because you want to make sure that your top player is not upset, not getting shots or whatever. So you notice how Bogey come off the bench, him and Herter, when they're in together, both of them are aggressive. They're aggressive because they don't have to defer all the time to Trae. You see what I'm saying? Which to me, it just benefits us. Because now, if Nate is thinking, now he can come up with different type of rotations given certain situations. So you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go.
I also think from watching the games that Herter, Bogey, and Gallo really do a good job of playing with each other and finding each other, almost knowing where they're going to be as shooters, because they all think kind of the same. And I think they like playing with each other, and I think that definitely shows when they get on the court together.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, Emma, before you go on, I gotta get up on out here. I'm on my partner's phone.
Okay, don't worry about it, bro. Hey,
I'm gonna join y'all soon though.
Yeah, salute you, bro. Make sure you come back, man. You feel me?
Sure. Y'all be safe now.
All right now.
All right.
Peace. So look like Bogey getting a 10. All right. Next player up. Our superstar, Mr. Trae Young. 25 minutes, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 6 dimes, 5 for 13 from the field. Wasn't efficient from the field, but he was efficient from 3, 4 for 5. He was way above efficient from 3. Yeah. And that's what you love to see because that's what he's known for.
He didn't sniff the court in the fourth quarter, right?
Nope.
No, and he didn't even have to take that many shots.
I think I love that part the best.
That's exactly what we said when we started the show.
Yeah, I like that.
Drummer Boy is the first one to say it. Ain't nothing like, it's a good day when your third string is on the court with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You know it's a good day.
That's very.
What I'm saying?
That's just good.
What'd y'all think of Knox? Sorry, real quick, but what'd y'all think of that shot by Knox? He looked like he ain't took a shot in like a month.
Hey, look, I'm mad at Knox because I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, see, that's why Knox didn't get no minutes. Look, Knox has been sitting on the bench for a while. I was like, okay, Knox, I like him taking those shots. I like to see that his confidence is still there. I'm not mad at Knox for taking those shots. And look, he grabbed like a couple boards under the basket. I was like, hey, he got some size. I said, look, Knox, he was pretty good on defense. Somehow picked up 3 fouls in 4 minutes, but that just shows he was playing defense. And I mean, I was pretty satisfied with seeing him tonight.
He looks like a freak, like an athlete freak. I think his. I wonder if it's. I don't even think his motor's a question. I think it's just his IQ or something. I I'm not sure why, but they gave up on him in New York. So
I think he just needs I think he needs a real opportunity, man. Because you got to remember, they drafted Knox. He averaged 12 points a game. And then what do they do the very next season? Go sign Julius Randle.
Yeah.
So why would you sign Randle when you know you're a lottery pick, not just a first, he's a lottery pick.
Right.
Why would you go sign a free agent that played the same position as your lottery pick who only got 1 year in the league? He really never had a shot, So
he's the type of guy Memphis will pick up and he'll become a star 20-point player.
Yeah. I mean, he could become something with us but he got to get the opportunity, man. And like I said earlier, man, I can't really fault Nate because at this moment, like I was saying earlier, Lou, he probably coaching for his job right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with all that money invested in our own players, and if we missed the playoffs and he got fired, I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be mad either.
No.
I wouldn't be mad. Only it depends on who we bring in.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. Like, I mean, there's just so many. Look, Nate, don't get me wrong. I was the biggest Nate defender months ago. Like I was defending Nate to no end. He could do no wrong in my eyes. But I started to see his lack of adjustments, and I started to see that he was set in a rotation that did not work this season, and I was waiting for him to make an adjustment, and he never did. So I was just talking about this earlier today. I said, look, what helped us last night with the win, I said, Cleveland is not really a team that can hurt you from three. They could shoot threes. You got a couple guys like Kevin Love and stuff like that, but I said they do most of their damage in the paint, which is what we defend the most. I said we kind of lack off at the 3-point defending the 3-point line. But I said what helped us last night is we stayed solid in the paint. And look, Nate is coaching for his job because I'm telling you right now, Travis and Tony, they're not going to be happy if they've invested all this money into a team that they expected to be in the playoffs and they're sitting at home because they got knocked out in the play-in or they just missed the playoffs. So,
in a macro sense, like, if you want to think about it, like looking from the outside, looking into our franchise, how would you feel if they got rid of Nate so fast? Like, that doesn't seem to be kind of like, did they not do their due diligence and hire the wrong guy? Like, what would firing Nate look like to other people?
I feel like they had no choice but to hire Nate. After the job that he did finishing off the season, pretty much a contract was pretty much guaranteed. It was just a matter of getting the numbers right. I felt like as soon as he got us to Eastern Conference Finals was the icing on the cake, but the playoffs within itself for him to get us to our goal, I feel like that was already a sign to the front office. Look, we're gonna hire Nate, and then to get us to the Eastern Conference Finals.
But see, then again, it would make me think that my franchise doesn't know what they want in a head coach. Like that, like just other franchises, they know what they want in a head coach. They either want a tactician, they either want someone who's a developer. Like, it just seems like we're always just like, oh, maybe this will work, And I just think, like, if we fire Nate before his contract's up, it will be another moment like that.
Well,
I hope Nate keeps his job.
Hey, bro, teams go through it all the time. I mean, look at the Knicks. Fans want Tibbs fired already. They just hired Tibbs because old boy, what's my man name? Who turned down our job to go coach the Knicks? The black dude. He used to be one of our assistants back in the day. I can't remember his name now. Fizdale. David Fizdale. I think he coached the Knicks for a good 2.5 years. They got him out of there. They hired Tibbs. I'm gonna tell you, if the Knicks blow this game tonight, it looked like they was about to blow the game.
They did.
They lost
by 5.
Tonight, they just blew that 20-point lead. Oh, my.
Against Brooklyn. Look, I already got Knicks fan TV pulled up.
They're going to win it down, bro.
That is a good time. That is a good time.
Knicks fan TV, but yeah, they're going to want them
CP,
down, man.
the franchise.
Yeah, let's go. So here we got, Onyeka Okongwu, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Hey, Onyeka was showing a little something. Oh, there he go. Rashad, come on up here, Rashad.
I told you.
Hey, Lou, Rashad Myers right here. Bro, to him, Clint Capella can do no wrong, bro.
Oh my
What?
No wrong.
What?
Fizdale was no good. But
he blamed everybody but Clint, man.
You know what? The thing about Clint Capella that I like is that Clint is a grown ass man, and he may be the right temperament of man in our locker room to be able to right this ship and keep us afloat. If he was a goofball or something like that, I could see us falling apart. But I think Clint's all right. I think Clint's going to help us get far into the playoffs.
Well, you saw what? Hey, man, I knew Clint was about that life when he was talking that shit to New York.
Exactly, when he was all up in their face.
I was thinking of New York.
And then he came up and balled out the next day. So I'll give Clint his props.
You know what? Clint made a good point when he said the Knicks, he said, y'all can play tough.
Yeah.
And all that. But we can win and play tough. Let me bring on my boy Rashad. Y'all know Rashad family. Y'all know Rashad. The Clint Capella lover right here, man. Let me go and bring Rashad up here. What's good, Rashad? What's good, my guy?
What's happening, fellas? What's happening, man?
Hey, so it's looking like hey, analyst, what do you give Okongwu for his performance tonight?
I think I'm a 9.
Okay. Hey, he was balling tonight. What you think, Lou?
Are we still on 00 or?
Yeah.
00.
And he was 12-6 and what were some of the other?
He was 12 and 6. He was 6 for 7 from the field.
Oof,
it was like 20 minutes, and he had 2 blocks.
I'm gonna say 9 as well. I think 00 is so important to our team. He's the type of defender that will generate us so many more possessions. Like 00 is a baller, like that we haven't even seen, and he hasn't even been unleashed yet. And he's competent finisher. He's a much better finisher. He has got nice touch. I think he is when we drafted him over Tyrese Halliburton, I wasn't even, I went and I was like all grumpy and I was like, let me go see who we got. And I saw his life story. And I was like, this is a man that's wiser than his years. I think that was a good pick. He was hurt, so it kind of slowed the momentum. But ever since he's in the game, he impacts the game so much. And we just haven't had a player that doesn't need to score that impacts the game like this. So I mean, it's like Rasheed Wallace type.
That's what we've been needing too.
Exactly.
I was watching the game.
Yeah,
I was watching the game on the Orlando Magic telecast. Bro, they was giving him so much praise, bro.
He's amazing. You can see it. He's a special being.
So much praise. What you got there, Rashad? What you think? What you got Okongwu for tonight? Rate him 1 through 10.
I gave him. I give him an 8.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, 8. I see it.
I give him an 8. I'm a big advocate for Okongwu. Much like my love for Clint Capella.
Into that a little bit.
But the thing I love about Okongwu is he's defensive minded. And that's just what we're missing, like I was thinking the other day about how like teams are constructed. And there's a lot of different, ideas of how people construct teams. Like I'm just the type of person that believes that you can't lose if you have a dynamic scorer, a dynamic offensive player, and you do as much as you can to surround him with elite defenders. Like I feel like that was the Chicago Bulls. I feel like that was how they built Golden State. LeBron's a little different because LeBron was such an elite defender in his prime, to where you can he gave you the liberty to do a little more. But yeah, Okongwu, I gave him an 8 because I still think there's a lot that he has to learn on the defensive end. I think part of it, because he doesn't seem to have the patience that a starter would have right now. But some of that I think would work itself out if he was a starter.
Or just get more playing time. I mean, he missed what? I bet Okongwu, if I go look it up, I bet Okongwu I bet he ain't got 100 games under his belt right now.
I see what he's saying about him being patient. I think that he's also contests a lot of shots and doesn't get fouls. So I mean, I hear you, but I think his number of challenges outweigh his fouls always. So if you're talking about in that manner as far as patience, he's really good at challenging without drawing fouls. Like I'm super impressed by him.
He's good at challenging. Like, so when I watch Okongwu play defense, he challenges everything, which I like. But I mean, you look at his stat line. He played 20 minutes, had 4 fouls.
Right.
So if you stretch that out over 36, he's fouling out.
Right.
And you see that a lot, and he challenges everything. That's what I love about him. But I think but if you're a starter, you can't challenge everything. You have to be more patient. It also affects the way that he rebounds, because if you're jumping at every shot, you're not boxing out, and so that's why his rebounding is not as high as I think it should be. So he has a lot to learn, but I think his instincts on defense is something that can't be taught, and that's why I'm a big fan of him.
Right.
I don't think I ain't met nobody. Let me think. I don't think I heard no Hawks fan talk bad about Okongwu yet.
No.
Okay, guys.
Actually wanted him.
He's our baby. He's our baby.
All right. The next player we got up is Atlanta analyst's favorite point guard. We try to trade this dude every day before the deadline. Trying to trade this guy every day before the deadline. DeLon Wright. He played 19 minutes. He had 10 points. I don't remember the last time he scored in double digits. He had 10 points.
Someone say he had a career high.
He had 10 points.
All out.
6 rebounds. He was 4 for 5 from the field.
He looked good today.
2 for 3 from 3. That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
For DeLon Wright. What you giving DeLon Wright, analyst, since you hate him the most?
Look, he earned a little bit of my respect tonight, so I give him a 7.
A 7?
Wow.
Come on, analyst. You hate
I'll tell you, I will point you to watch him play on defense.
Yeah.
And he goes in and out of screens better than everybody else. He sets himself up to get around screens better than any other Hawk does on an individual basis. He works hard on the defensive end to make other people look good. I think as far as our perimeter player, he's one of our best.
And to add to that, great anticipation on the passing lanes.
Yep.
Like the guy, I'm shocked that he doesn't average 2 steals a game, because
he had one tonight.
Yeah, that one tonight was sweet. It was like that, right?
Yeah,
that was tight quarters that he stole. He baited him into that.
Yeah, and he averaging 1 steal a game in 18 minutes. His defense is so solid to me.
Yeah. He's earned. That's what he's earned me, because he was where Dieng was. I was like, is DeLon Wright just fucking up, or is or sorry for the curse, but is DeLon Wright messing up, or am I tripping? But as soon as they got Dieng out of there, DeLon Wright started really really showcasing, because like I said, he earns it on. He chases everything down. Like, he just does everything right the right way. If he could shoot a little bit better when he's open, we'd be praising him a little bit more. But the thing is, he plays with that second unit really, really well.
Yeah,
I mean, he's 38%, almost 38% from 3. So I mean, that's not bad.
But his attempts are really low.
38% from 3. That's great.
We pretty much got him for nothing too.
Yeah, 38% for 3. All right, guys. The last player, Lou Will. He had. I'm about to read the wrong stat. 18 minutes, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 for 9 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. What you got on him there, Lou? Give me a rating 1 to 10.
Lou has had to climb the ladder in my book this year. I thought he was checked out of the team. I thought he was a big reason why we tricked off a lot of those earlier games because I didn't feel like he was in it. But that Clippers game was kind of like the last straw when he sat himself out of respect for that game. I was like, that was a low point for me and him in the season.
Yeah.
And ever since then, and ever since the Cam trade, he has hustled. He has been on people's asses. He has been making big shots. Working hard on defense, trying at least. So today I'll give him, I'd give him a 7 or an 8.
Okay, the chat is looking like it's about to be a 7 in the chat. What you got on them, analysts?
6.
What?
6. What did he do? Fumble the ball out of bounds?
Turnovers was terrible tonight. I mean, he was terrible as far as turnovers go, and then 3 for 9.
He had 2 turns too,
but
noticeable.
Really, it was not.
It can't be noticeable, man. We was up 20 the whole second half.
But turnovers for me are almost a non-negotiable in player rating for me. It's like if you're going to turn the ball over, you got to almost be efficient from the field. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Lou. I mean, I feel like the reason why Lou isn't where he was last year is because he's more off ball. So he's having to be more like either a catch and shoot or a person that's creating plays for others. But overall, I'll give Lou a 6 because the turnovers and the field goal percentages do not weigh.
What you got on him, Rashad?
I give Lou a 10 every time.
What?
Every time.
What?
Every time.
What?
Look, man.
We're talking about Lou, not Clint.
No, I'm talking about Lou. I'm talking about Lou, man. Like, if you watch his,
bro.
I'm trying to pull up his numbers.
I'm gonna read them to 9 points, bro.
Not tonight. Sorry, not tonight. I'm saying just in general.
Bro, no, we only rating off of this game, man.
Tonight.
What do you do for this game?
But you got to take the body of work. Like if you watch it, like
No.
I'm talking about this
Rashad,
year.
You old fast talker, bro.
No.
Fast talker.
Hear me out. If you look at what Lou has done with that second unit since Cam got traded, like I think essentially I don't remember him. I don't think he's been in any game that we've lost. Maybe was he in the game that we lost to Toronto?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the game Sunday. But he stabilizes that unit. Wright looks so much better when Lou was next to him. Like Wright looked so bad at the beginning of the year. Wright looks so much better when Lou's next to him. Also, Gallo looks so much better when Lou plays next to him. Okongwu looks so much better on the offensive end when he plays next to Lou. And so, like, I just think his impact is more than the stats at this point. Like, he makes it. He makes the pieces fit, and that's the thing that I like.
I don't disagree.
Well, this you too, Lou.
I don't.
I think both y'all are full of shit.
I don't take it to the extreme. I don't take it to the extreme that Rashad's taking it to, but I don't disagree with what he's saying.
Rashad, give me a number 1 through 10 for tonight's performance.
Tonight.
I give him an 8.
That's something out of. Hey,
Rashad going the whole in-depth analysis, bro. Like,
but wow. I mean, like,
that's my job.
When you watch that second team without Lou, and you watch them with Lou, it's a totally different team, man. And they look great tonight.
Well, I mean, you gotta account because you gotta account for. See, you don't have to account for DeLon Wright on the offensive side of the ball.
Right.
You have to account for Lou Williams,
right?
On the offensive
professional
side
score.
Yeah, so it makes the other team have to play defense a little different. You see what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I mean, Lou for me, Listen, man. I'm with my boy Lou Starsky. When he said he had to take a day off out of respect for the freaking Clippers, okay, I lost all respect for Lou Will.
You know,
okay?
he also
Don't get me wrong. I still want him to do good for us, but that rubs me the wrong way. Why you out of respect for the Clippers? You don't play for the Clippers. You know what? I could have understood if he won a title with them. He ain't
out of respect, you should have went out there and busted their ass for about 30 points.
Yeah, you ain't doing nothing with the Clippers to be showing respect like that. And then half the dudes weren't even on his team when you was there.
They traded you. You should want to
I'll go off on a rant and be running my mouth for 10 minutes.
I did want to bring this up with y'all because y'all had talked about Bogey being better as a bench player, or coming off the bench as rather than him being a starter.
Right.
And I do kind of agree with that, but my thing is like who I think he finishes the game though, and I think he's better at finishing games too because he's got that bravado at certain times where he notices that when teams are on runs, like he's really cerebral, like of knowing when we need to stop the flow of things or when he needs to be more aggressive. Like he's really smart at making these late game decisions, and so I don't mind him not starting, but I definitely want him to finish.
Yeah.
Right.
Time in possession. I would say time in possession and big shot making, I think, is something that Bogey's been good at his whole career. Even at Sacramento, I watched them like torch the Lakers, just like hit game-winning shots throughout his career. And I think something that he doesn't get credit enough for, one is his defense. His defense is a lot better.
He scrambles.
And he does the little things that you're taught, like hands up in the passing lane. He'll tip balls just because when he has two men, he'll just put his hands up when the ball is passed. The things that that if you're lazy or if you're not interested, if you're tapped out, you won't do. I love the way that he boxes out on the pick and roll. He finds a body once the shot goes up. It's little things like that, but he also, he's a big shot maker to me, and that's what I like about him.
Me too.
Yeah, I agree, man. And the last rating we got for the night, family, is Coach Nate McMillan and his staff. Did he have y'all know how we do it? Did he have a team ready to play? Did you like his rotations?
Can I say something here?
Oh, Lord, here we go. Come on.
Can I say something here?
Yes, sir.
I think Lou Will is the real coach right now.
No, let's move on. No, that makes sense.
What?
I was just talking about this. No,
you know what?
I was just talking about this earlier.
Maybe if LP was the coach, I would believe something like that. But let me tell you something, man. What is Lou gonna tell Nate? Let me tell you something, man. Nate McMillan got every box checked, bro. He was a prime time defender. No, he was an elite defender.
Yeah, one of the best.
Comics. He played with Hall of Famers. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
He would have been part of their big three if you would have considered them as that.
Yeah. Then you switch to the coaching side. I mean, besides his playoff failures, he does a lot with a little. You know what I'm saying? The Pacers wasn't a powerhouse when he got there. I don't even think who was their superstar when he was there. Was Reggie Miller still there?
No, I think Malcolm Brogdon.
And then they had already switched guards.
Yeah, so I mean, he does a lot with a little. You feel me? Look at what he did with us.
Yeah.
14
How do you think he's doing with the refereeing? Because to me, his biggest challenge this year is getting the kids or getting our guys' mindset on how to handle the way we're being refereed this year. Because it has seemed unfair, especially at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. But I want to be the one reacting. I don't want to continually see my guys reacting the way I'm reacting at home. So how do you get the guys to be like, hey man, you got to cut that shit out and move on to the next play? Do y'all ever talk about his relationship with his refs and how he's getting his guys prepared to deal with the refereeing. Because to me, that's where I'm like, come on, Nate, this again?
I mean, we've discussed it. You know, I know I've discussed it like in regular videos. And like I said, what was that when we lost to the Spurs?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I said sometimes Nate need to get off that damn Zen shit. You know, I think sometimes, you know, he's a little too laid back, you know,
all the time.
But to your point, Lou, maybe he's like that because he's trying to show Trey and the rest of the gang, bro, you sit down there and argue with the ref is not going to change nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Only thing that's going to happen, you're going to argue with the ref. They either going to tech you or they going to do like they did the other night while you arguing with the ref. Cleveland went down and had a wide open 3 while your ass still on the other side of the court. You know what I'm saying?
I also think they seek revenge because, like, if you watch Trey be treating them dirty. Like, he'll toss the ball weirdly to them. Like, he just shows them no respect at all.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. I believe, now you can call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever. I believe the refs, they have it out on Trey Young, bro.
I don't doubt it. That's what I'm saying. How are you know, Nate's got to be effective at helping him deal with that, because so far it seems like Trey's just throwing his hands up when it comes to the refs. Like, he has no love for them at all.
Nate need to get the video crew to put together a compilation of all these freaking fouls that Trey getting, all these freaking non-shooting fouls that should be shooting foul. He need to send it to the league office. The same way that Lloyd Pierce jerked Trey about not playing basketball the right way.
Right.
They need to do the same way with this officiating. The officiating is horrible when it comes to Trey Young. It's even horrible, and it's horrible when it comes to John Collins. Like, I never.
It is.
When I was at that Laker game, bro, and I seen him get that third foul, bro, he literally just stood there and they called a foul on him. I was like, what?
And the way they do it is the way that would irritate the crap out of anybody, because it'll be like, he'll go down, he'll have a crazy rough play where he's getting all mangled, all kinds of, and gets nothing. He'll run down after bitching, he'll run down, set up defense, touch foul, another foul on him. And it is nuts. So he won't get the call on the other one, run down, and immediately get called with like a ticky-tack foul. And it's just like, the inconsistency is what I see, and it's got to be driving these guys nuts.
Yeah, well, you saw what it did to Hunter in the Celtic game. Mm-hmm. He was doing fine in the first half. And what did he get? 4 fouls in like the third quarter? It was ridiculous.
This is where I rate Nate at this point. Like, if he can get these guys to just forget about the refs, I think we'll be fine come playoff time.
So what you give Nate, Luke, for his performance tonight? I think he had the boys ready.
I think he coasted. I think the team had they knew what they had to do. They did it exactly how they had to do it. They jumped out to an early lead. They seemed prepared.
See that comment on the screen, Lou? Read that comment on the screen.
I'm gonna say 8. I would have given him a 10, but every time I see Herter inbound the ball, he goes.
I don't know why. Why does he let Herter inbound the ball, man?
They all seem to struggle. Herter would seem to be a good inbound choice because he's tall. He can see the court. He plays guard position, but he's really
scared.
Herter can't pass. We don't have passers. We don't have people that understand passing angles.
Like he's terrible, bro. Like on a pick and roll, he misses the roll, man, so many times. Well, the few times that Kevin Herter do run it, bro. Either it's Collins or Kongwu, Clint. When they roll, I'll be like, pass the ball. A pass that Trey would do, Herter would not throw it, bro.
Ever.
I'm like, what are you doing, man? Talk to me, analyst. What you give Nate tonight, bro?
Since tonight was pretty easy for him, so I'll give him an 8.
What you got, Rashad?
I mean, you can't get more than a 5. What? When you play the Orlando Magic, I don't. What did he have to do? Like, where was the? I mean, All he had to do was go home, draw up a game plan, and follow that. I'm talking about timeouts here. We're gonna do these rotations here. You know, the hardest challenge that he had tonight was figuring out who he was gonna get extra time outside of our 10-man rotation.
Okay,
and he was like, Knox, go ahead, Knox. Let's see what you got.
Rashad, what about specifically that he didn't bring Trey in for the fourth, and that he let DeAndre Hunter out there to get extra burn? What and Bogey? Like, what do you think about the decisions in game that he made in this game? Like, do you think those were good substitutions? Like, do you think you would have?
I didn't. You know, like his substitutions to me, I felt like it was what you planned for. Like, it was because everything went to plan. You know, at one point they were up by 30. You know, I mean, he had Knox in where yesterday where he played Gallo. He gave Knox some run, and he was like, Knox, go ahead, and let's see what you got. And I think that's, I mean,
how you think he said it? Hey, Knox, go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Let's go ahead. Like Knox, you're in.
Go run, dog.
But yeah, it's like, to me, it just seemed like a textbook. The way, like, everything's going right, so everything that I plan for as a coach, I can get in. Like it. So it'd be different if the first half was tight, and then the second half he had to like kind of make some adjustments to the game plan, and then put him out in the second half. I mean, everything went good. I mean, it was like, I turned it on in like the second quarter, and we were up by like 20. I was like,
you know what? You know what, though, Rashad? You trying to downplay tonight's.
No, I love it. Was Orlando.
You know why I'm gonna say that? I'm gonna say that because of this. Yes, just do Orlando Magic. But guess what we were saying 3 nights ago? Yes, this is the San Antonio Spurs. And what happened?
And that's what I will say right there. Exactly. Is that
what happened? We went and got Molly whopped. So to me, tonight to me, I'd give Nate a 10 because, and why do I give him a 10? The boys came out, kicked him in the mouth, put him on the ground, put their foot on their throat, and they left it. We kept the pressure on them. All we did was extend the lead. When you can go right back, what's that? Go back 2 games.
Yeah.
The team wasn't ready against the Spurs, who are 15 games below 500.
The players haven't given up on Nate, and they respond when they need to respond.
Yeah, and to be fair, Nate forewarned us at the beginning of the season when he said
different game.
Our conditioning is off. He said our players did not come into this season prepared to play due to injuries and other things like that. So, I mean, I'm actually a big fan of Nate. Like, I think Nate is one of they just did the 15 best coaches. I think Nate is one of the 25, 30 best coaches ever in the history of the NBA. I think he's top 5 in wins or something like that. Mm-hmm. I think he's an excellent coach. I don't think he's the kind of coach that can get you a championship. I hope he is. But with that being said, I think he is the right coach for us.
Do you think he's do you think he's made enough changes and modification in his abilities to have a real relationship with the GM to be able to construct the team with his coaching style and play in mind? No. Or do you think he's just going to be given the groceries and, hey, figure it out every year?
Nope.
I think it's definitely the groceries. I think it's definitely the latter. Like, this is not a Nate McMillan team historically, and I'm still upset that I haven't seen a Clint Capella or Kongwu pairing in the front court.
Because Nate will never do it. Nate will never do it. It's not in his rotation.
He's not going to start. Listen, Nate, you got to remember, guys, he an old school coach, man. So listen, he's not going to start. He's always going to roll with the veterans first. That's why Gallo's starting.
We ain't got no veterans.
Do you think Okongwu is better than Gallinari right now?
On the defensive end, yes.
Right now.
And impact, yes.
So
I think impact
that's tough,
and
man.
defensively.
I don't know about
they're both as impactful, but for different reasons completely.
Right. Like, look, I don't know if you're talking about starting. I wouldn't even mind if Onyeka didn't start. I like in mid game, like when he throws Clint back in there, he tries to mix it up with some different guys. Why not put Onyeka in with Clint to see how it goes?
Exactly.
And that's one of the things. Like, you look at Doc Rivers when they had Drummond, that they went with a Drummond and Embiid lineup, and it worked out very well from a big man, like a 2-center lineup could really go well for you. You just never know. But he's never tried that.
That's what Cleveland do. They run Mobley and Jarrett Allen.
And when they had Lauri Markkanen, they had another 7-footer at the 3.
But that's not even a real, like, neither of them are true centers. So you just got a tweeners. You got like a dual tweener lineup.
Yeah, Markkanen is definitely a small forward, and Mobley is definitely a power forward, more of a traditional power forward, not this era with a stretch four.
Not a stretch four.
Mobley's got a chance to be the next generation's Kevin Durant or Kevin
Garnett. Yeah,
I gotta say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. My boy Lou did call it at the beginning of the year when they drafted him. He was like, "We should get Mobley," and I was like, "Fuck Mobley." He was like, "We should get him." Let me tip my cap to Lou.
I will say, I love big men, but the traditional big man role and skill level from Hakeem Olajuwon to the Admiral. Like, I just grew up watching these guys play, and that's how, as a small guard, I gained such an advantage at my height, being able to play with my back to the basket. So I know how impactful it is to an offense to have a guy that's skilled to do it. And it's all in the footwork. It really is all in the footwork and the balance, and whether or not you're hefty enough to hold and maintain someone. And right now, JC's only problem is his footwork's a little weak, and he's just a little soft in the pocket where he can't maintain nobody. They're throwing guards at him right now, and he can't even pin those guys down.
And he can't bang.
He can't bang.
Well,
So
you know what,
this year,
your boy can't bang neither.
But this is what I saw differently about Evan Mobley, is that he's just slick with his footwork. His footwork is just high level, and his playmaking is guard-like. So when he's up in the air and twisting and turning, he's looking at anybody cutting. He's looking at shooter spotting up. So he's just played with the family of basketball players his whole life. You can tell. He's just he's a freak, unique situation where he just loves basketball and his footwork's great. Because also Al Sagoon is also another guy who's just great with his footwork, and it's just an immobile. Like, you can't move him around; he's going to move you around.
I bet they hit their growth spurt. Mobley. I bet if you go back and you look at all the what you can call Hall of Fame big men, I bet they hit their growth spurt early because like that footwork. Like, that footwork they bring into the league, they didn't just learn that. And that's one thing I will agree with. Y'all don't know him, but Lou does. What that Mike says, like, how you learn some of that stuff in high school, like that footwork. So you hit, because if you hit a growth spurt in high school, you're the starting center in high school if you like 6'6".
Right.
6'7".
I think I started center one time.
Footwork early.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, here comes the Travis hate.
Yeah, so what do y'all think about this? Being on a team with Travis is toxic. Nobody has job security.
That
might be a good thing, though. Them boys need a wake-up call.
Look, all Travis did was literally before the 7-game win streak, as he told the guys, look, everyone's available. Clint, you'd be available too if you didn't have that restriction on your deal. So to call Travis toxic, and I know it's in a negative way. Look, you know it. I think anyone that watches my channel knows it. I'm a strong advocate and supporter of what Travis does up there in the front office. I think him and Tony are lock and step. I just feel like he hasn't given us a reason for the resources that we had. He hasn't given us a reason to not like him with our cap space flexibility in the last offseason. We weren't going to go get someone big with the trade, like to get DeLon right. I mean, even though DeLon is not like this great scorer. I mean, like you said, he's a great defensive player. We gave up Bruno and Chris Dunn for him. So I mean, he hasn't given us a reason to not like him. He did the best he could in free agency. I'll tell you that, because AD, if you look at the free agency class that year, AD was not coming to Atlanta. And Bradley, I can't remember who else was in that free agency class. I think it was Zach LaVine. He wasn't coming to Atlanta.
Why would people consider Travis Toxie? Just because of the job security, or do you think do people think that he did LP wrong?
No,
he didn't have a choice, man.
LP was not getting the job. I was calling for.
I would have fired LP before that season started, because after he got that many people, after he got that many players, I looked at everybody. This is right when we were first starting the rap. I got one of the very first questions I asked everybody. I was like, all right, now that we got these players that we all think can go far, we have LP and he's going to be the limit. How soon before he's out the door? I mean, we all called it immediately. We all were like, I don't know, 10 games, 20 games, because like he was never in that position to do that. He was just a developmental type coach, and that's not what that team was anymore.
And LP, the issue with LP was the reason why Travis probably decided to pull the trigger then is because he lost the guys. I mean, he lost the guys. DJ wow. Travis had a that's BS. Travis has never.
Travis had one boring draft, and that was last year because we ain't played the guys.
And he only missed on one pick so far.
Exactly, and to me,
I don't know. That Spellman pick was pretty bad.
He missed on Mitchell Robinson, and I've been pissed ever since. That night, I was so pissed. I was like, it was all set up perfectly. We needed a big ass dude, and Mitch is as big as it gets.
Me too. I had Mitchell on my board. I had Mitchell and
besides Spellman, man, shit, Travis done hit on that first round pick.
I was hoping he was completely wrong with Spellman, though.
And by the way,
all right, Drummer Boy, appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Salute.
Yeah, I just want to say, I want to respond to what JR said. He said Travis had he said he could have gotten a better deal for Cam. No, the only deal we were going to get was
I do agree with that.
2 second-round picks to the Lakers from the Lakers. 2 seconds. That made no sense. I mean,
they should have pretended he was hurt, and they should have kept him on. I'd rather him be on the roster for the offseason moves than to trade him for nothing. I felt like
Lou, check it. He went to them in the offseason, said he wanted to be traded.
Yeah. That's why they should have traded him then.
So then you still want to.
Yeah, that's right.
You still want to take care of the player by trying to honor their request. Because let's be real, Cam wasn't really giving us much, man. He was hurt all the time. He was playing sporadically, even though it didn't even seem like it to me. He was averaging.
This is my thing is though, he just looks insanely talented, and the fact that you couldn't minimize what his position and role was is frustrating, because like to me, he's also probably one of the most talented players on the team, and the fact that we couldn't work him into not just going out there and shooting the ball and not being a part of a team is frustrating. You had 3 years to get this guy to undo all his bad habits or whatever, and you got nowhere with that.
Well, remember, Lloyd fucked it up too. Now,
I mean, it wasn't room for that. It wasn't room for that. Like I'll just say,
catch and shoot, or Cam cut to the hole.
Well, one, we have to let's remember all of Cam's career. Lloyd Pierce loved Cam, and he started him, and he gave him a lot of playing time, and Cam could not consistently hit his shot. As a rookie, I was watching games. He would be wide open in the left side corner, and they would not even guard him. So when Nate came, his shot became consistent, right? Which was a great thing. And I agree. I feel like I was watching. It was games that I watched him, and I was like, wow, that reminds me of rookie year Kobe. The problem that I had with Cam was, in 3 years, if you can't be consistent and you can't be healthy, then this may not be the home for you. Because if you bench him, well, the thing is, if you bench him like you said, then he loses value.
Right.
You know, so let's say you bench him, and then next year you make space for him. Let's say you get rid of Herder or somebody or Bogey, and you make space for him, and he is the same player that he was this year. Now he has no value, and so I feel like Travis did, considering that he wanted to go, and this was his third year. I felt like Travis looked at him. He looked at Hunter, and he said, because you notice Hunter came back, balled 2 games, and Reddish was gone. So I think he handled that probably as great as anybody.
Hey, I'll take a first round pick for him. Shoot.
At first, and look, Cam. Look, the issue was Cam thought that he could. First of all, Cam wanted a bigger contract, and I think that the front office made it clear to him, look, we don't have enough money. We don't have money to sign. Yeah, just like DJ said, we could. He said, I would not pay Hunter.
That's the beauty of having your number 4 underperform, is that maybe we can get him on a Herder contract instead of like a JC contract now.
Well, you know,
I would take Hunter back on a mid-range contract.
Well, next year, Hunter is on a team option, right? So if the team option is at $9 million next year for Hunter, which that's nothing, right?
Yeah.
I don't want Travis to extend him. Let him earn the money.
Exactly.
Because then that way, if we have to pay him, we can agree, hey, it's deserved.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Hold on, let me say one more thing, Rashad, then I'll let you go. And guess what? If we don't extend him in the offseason, we might be able to move him if, say, a superstar becomes available. Mm-hmm. So I don't want Travis to have his hands tied like he did with Clint Capella this year. You know what I'm saying? Because he extended Clint so he couldn't move him even if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
I think.
Okay. Let me ask y'all this question: if we can get Hunter this year, this offseason, for under 18, 4 years.
He's not signing that, bro.
I don't think he's signing that.
Y'all don't think he's earned that?
No. I think he's earned that. I just don't think I think he bets on himself.
Bro, 4 years.
You don't think he takes it?
I don't think he takes it.
$18 million for 4 years?
That's a bogey deal. That's a Herder deal.
But here's my thing is like where any other year coming into this, I would have been upset if he would have been traded for damn near anybody else in the league. Maybe 5 other players, maybe I'd have been like, okay. But Hunter, I'm just like so high on. And now this year, I'm finally to the point where if they package him for the right player, I'll be just as excited about a vet that I know what I'm going to get out of. Somebody that I know I can get 20 points out of, that can perform in a team, and I can get like 8 rebounds or does something special. Let's do it. Now I'm like, let's do it.
And that's what contending team. Well, let me change that. That's what title contending teams do. They rather have the known asset than the unknown asset. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
I think it depends though.
If you extend him, you might not be able to move him. You see what I'm saying?
I think it depends though. Like, okay, if this is Trae Young's team, let's assume, like we just gave this guy Supermax, he's gonna make one of the 3 All NBA if we make the playoffs. Right. So he has a Supermax. If this is Trae Young's team, I can't think of another player that you can trade for that has the status that we're looking for to play alongside Trae Young in his early stage. That's one. The second thing is he was a 4th round draft pick. Great organizations don't let their 4th round draft pick, who is at least, a competent professional NBA player, they don't let them walk out the door for nothing. Like, he was a 4th rounder. That's not nothing to sneeze at.
Well, I'll say this. It's gonna be some people available.
There's definitely
Dame Lillard, he gonna get ready to ask for a trade.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal didn't sign an extension with Washington.
Bradley Beal.
None of those type of players excite me. I'm looking for a guy that can play the post.
Look,
who gonna be available then?
Guys, look.
I'm saying.
Go ahead, analyst. Go ahead, analyst.
Hey, I would be looking to jump all over that issue that's going on in Utah with Donovan Mitchell.
That's right, Donovan.
Gerber.
You can put together a 3-team trade where Portland is looking to rebuild, where you send Dame to Utah, Donovan to Atlanta, and a combination of young assets and draft picks to the Trailblazers. We can go out here and get a guy.
Mitchell.
I don't.
6.
I'm not on the Mitchell train here.
You're not.
I just don't. I think he's what Trey is. Do we want 2 Treys running around?
Exactly. Rashad, what about this?
We don't need that.
Same trade. Only difference is instead of Mitchell, we move Clint and get Gobert.
Hey,
if we got Gobert, now I'll tell you, if we got Gobert with, let's say, the other Bogdan or the other Bogdanovic, if we got Gobert with the other Bogdanovic, and probably a draft, I would say, okay, we can talk. The thing is, one, we would have to move Collins, which everybody here knows. I agree with.
Front court guys. I think we bring the Georgia boy home. Go get Jaylen Brown.
But we're not getting him.
We're not getting him.
Why not?
They're not
giving them up.
Are they going to be able to pay them?
Yeah, they're not paying nobody else except Jason Tatum and Smart.
Well, here's my thing: we can offer them Bogey, Gallo, Pitts. We could go after Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, his max isn't high like Tatum's is, so they can afford to pay Jaylen Brown. The reason I say Gobert is because we know him and Mitchell are beefing right now. Mm-hmm. We know that. Now, granted, just so y'all know, Gobert is on a max deal. Just so y'all know, I know some of y'all like be funny with the money and shit, but
didn't he start COVID in America? We should.
He did. He was the advocate for it.
Hey, look,
he done had it 3 times
at one press conference.
He touched everything.
He touched all the mics.
Yeah, he messed it all up.
But let me tell you this: I was all for Jaylen Brown. I was all because at the point where it was like Boston, like they were falling down, I was like, you know what? I was like Jaylen Brown, Trae Young, potential backcourt. But then I was looking at it and I was like, what's it going to cost for Jaylen Brown? I was like, they wouldn't want
everything.
Yeah, it would cost you Collins, indeed, probably Collins, Bogey, DeAndre, first round draft picks.
No DeAndre.
Yeah, I'm keeping DeAndre.
Well,
yeah,
I think Collins, Bogey, Herter, you can get him.
I think Collins and Bogey, and that's it. Like, just give him Collins and Bogey and some picks. Yeah, like Collins and Bogey and Jalen Johnson or something. I mean, like,
I don't think Brown getting moved, bro. That's part of that. That's part of that.
Yeah, they're not.
Boston is all about making decisions like that, though. They will, if you come to the table correctly, they will entertain it and make a move. They always.
But they also understand you need at least 2 stars to compete. So why would they give up one of their star players
Because I think they see Bogey as being that guy. I think if they get a bottom tier Bogey,
let me tell you, they do value
Jaylen Brown level,
but they do value Bogey.
No, not at his level, but they have a Jason Tatum that can make his own. But if Bogey can shoot the way Jaylen Brown can shoot at times, I think they would take it because that's what Bogey gives him.
Why not?
Well, if Bogey can give us that, why would we get rid of him?
Because he can't finish like Brown does. Brown is special though.
Brown is an elite defender too, man. You put him in the backcourt with him.
Yeah, I think he's a pesky. He's a really smart.
You can control the ball with him. Him playing next to a Hunter, like there's no penetration. Like you can't get in the paint with them.
And Jaylen Brown's from around here, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about getting him because I'm from Atlanta, and Atlanta has a lot of trappings. That if you know where you at, if you know where you at, see Lemon Pepper now. I'm just saying.
Atlanta, so he already know the trap spots.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't
he seems like a balanced head guy. But I mean, I'm just saying there are few games that I've watched and Lou set out, and I was like, he was out at the club last night, man. Like,
yeah, But the thing is, Jaylen Brown is one of those type of guys that would be excited about bringing this city up as opposed to doing it for Boston. I just think he would take a special pride in doing it here. And I think it would be nice, man. He's just coming into his own. Another established player like that level to come here.
Hey, you never know what's lurking in the backgrounds, man. Like, who knew that
we need a big guy.
Who knew that Harden wasn't getting along? You know what I'm saying? So you never know what's going in the background. But, hey, gentlemen, I got to wrap it up.
All right, fellas.
Hey, this is fun. We got to do it again.
I got to wrap it up. Family.
Always fun, man.
Salute everybody. Salute to the chat. Shout out everybody that stopped by. Y'all know what time it is. We're going to be right back here. All post-game lives.
Well, we got a break now.
Probably going to be here. I'll probably go live after the All-Star break. After the All-Star game, talk about what Trey did, how he did it. I'm not really big on All-Star games. I really don't care. You know, if it's not championships, if we're not in the playoffs, I don't really care about that other stuff. But you know, if we can come up here, chop it up. Once again, another successful show with the homies. I appreciate my boy Lou coming through, my boy Rashad, and y'all know Analyst every day. Analyst missed his first day the other day, man. I'm like, I'm up here by myself, man. But hey, we appreciate everyone that stopped through, man. And remember, if y'all want to come on the show, I post the link right in the chat. So just hop in and shout out to our new member who came on today, KJ. Shout out to KJ for coming through, stopping by, chopping it up, asking some questions. So anybody got the last word? What you got, Rashad? Any last words?
Okongwu and Clint front court. I just want to see it. I don't care if it's 2 minutes. I just want to see it. That's it.
That's 1 for 4. That's got 1 for 4 written all over.
Last word.
Well, it was a great win. I can't wait to see what momentum this puts us after the All-Star break. And as always, this was fun.
And my boy Lou. I know Lou got something to say. Tap in with us, Lou. What you got, baby?
Hey, Hunter is going to start scoring about 22 a game, about 6. And he's going to become like Joe. He's going to remind everybody of Joe Johnson, and everybody's going to fall in love with him. That's what's going to happen.
When is supposed to happen?
After the All-Star break, man.
Okay,
later.
I love Hunter, man.
We need
Trey, Hunter, Capella. That was my 3.
Yeah, we need that stuff now. And make sure, family, tap in with Atlanta Analyst on his YouTube page. Tap in with my boy Lou. Me and Lou are on the New Pat Rap podcast. We do it every Wednesday. Come tap in with us. If you missed the shows, just go to Lou's page. They post it up there. Watch. Hey, we get real down and dirty in there. Get to the details. You feel me? Hosted by my guy Lou, doing an outstanding job over there. Rashad, you got a YouTube page? You want to shout out anything?
Nah, not. I don't have anything for sports.
Okay, so if you want to follow Rashad, just go to Instagram. Go to Instagram and type in Clint Capella.
It sounded like he had a 50 Shades of Grey type of YouTube. What are you talking about? He's sports.
I am in Oregon, so you know.
You can follow Rashad at Clint Capella on Twitter and all the social media platforms.
You know, backslash Okongwu.
Hey,
I had a fun, man.
This was fun. What you got, Amos?
I was gonna say, send me the link to NewPack. I'm gonna join up.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Send it. I want to.
Hey, go on Facebook. Just type in New Pat City.
New Pat City.
You'll see the group pop up.
Let's see.
New Pat.
Yeah, and I'm an admin there, so I'll look for you and I'll make sure you get through because some of these guys they be on their
job. They be in their bullshit.
Yeah, they don't let nobody in, but I'll let you in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Lou know where I'm about to go.
Yeah, I know exactly. To Mars, baby.
I'm about to go to Mars.
And I sent you that Flickwick, so I want you to start rocking it for me.
Oh, okay. When'd you send it?
I sent it today, actually.
Okay, I'll be checking for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody, I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. And until next time, peace. Y'all know what it is, Hawks Nation, baby. We up here.